welcome to the very first episode of the Business Besties Club in 2026. Your go-to space for real, unfiltered conversations about business, marketing and entrepreneurship. I'm Katie, and this podcast exists because building a business can feel lonely and overwhelming, and none of us are meant to do it alone. Here, we talk honestly about what it really takes to grow a business, the wins, the wobbles and the lessons people don't always share online. I honestly couldn't think of a better guest to kick off this year. Today, I'm joined by Ellie Ham, and her journey is somewhat incredible. Ellie began her professional acting career at just 13 years old when she joined the cast of CBBC's The 4 O'Clock Club. Since then, she's built a hugely successful career across TV, film and commercial work. Her credits include Heartstopper and The School for Good and Evil on Netflix, Doctors and Waterloo Road on BBC One and Bulletproof on Sky. She's also appeared in major films including Dumbo for Disney and Captain Marvel 2 for Marvel, and worked with brands like Hyundai, Vodafone, Jaguar, Converse and Pantene. Alongside acting, Ellie is a multi-business owner. She runs LCA Academy, a drama school training young performers, and LCA Talent Agency, where she manages and represents talent across TV, film and commercial work. So Ellie isn't just front of the camera. She's behind the scenes, building teams and developing talent while running all her businesses. Most recently, she's launched Ellie Shoots Socials, helping brands and business owners show up confidently online through filming, presenting and results-driven content. What I love about Ellie's journey is that it sits right at the intersection of confidence, creativity, performance and business. And that is exactly where so many business owners struggle. In today's episode, we talk about showing up on camera, creating content that actually works, building confidence over time, and what Ellie has learned from running multiple businesses alongside a creative career. If you've ever felt nervous about being visible, unsure what to post, or stuck holding yourself back, this conversation is absolutely for you. So let's get into it. Besties, please welcome Ellie Ham. Ellie, welcome to the Business Besties Club podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here, our first guest of 2026. It's very exciting.
It is. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Can I still say that now?
We can still say it. I was saying earlier that it feels like it's been January for about 300 years.
I could do with another week in January though.
Could you?
Yeah, I just feel so busy. So just one more week would be amazing.
Okay, I'll let you have it.
At least no one else says that.
No, I'm
Everyone wants
desperate.
January to be done.
I feel like I'm desperate to get into February. I don't know why. I just need the nights to be a little bit lighter, the mornings to be lighter. That's the hardest thing, getting up in the morning.
When it's pitch black. I'm not a fan.
Pitch black. I'm not either. So Ellie, I've talked a little bit about you to our listeners before you arrived, but for anyone listening who doesn't know you yet, can you tell us a little bit about you and how your journey started?
Yeah, of course. So my name's Ellie, or Eleanor.
Eleanor, yes.
Eleanor is my proper name, but everyone just calls me Ellie. And I am the director of LCA Academy and Agency, which is a TV and film academy. I teach ages 3 to 17 how to act for TV and film. And then we also run an agency as well. As well as that, I act myself. So that's how I got into it. I started acting for TV when I was 13.
Wow.
So 12 years ago.
Yeah.
And I just started on a TV series on CBBC. Absolutely loved it. And then I was like, I really want to do this. This is so much fun. So I have done, basically.
That's
incredible. I do a little bit of modelling and then I do some social media stuff as well, which has come off the back of acting.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to get into that because there is so much to kind of unpick and discover about you. You mentioned just now, you started working professionally at a very, very young age, just 13 years old. So what did that experience teach you about confidence and showing up?
So I'm an only child. So when we would go on holiday when I was little, my parents would be like, go find friends. Yeah. Go talk to people, go have fun. And I would make friends wherever I went. So I feel like I already had a little bit of that confidence. Like I was more than happy to chat to people and things like that. And I always used to go out with like my mum and dad would take me out with their friends. So I've been used to talking to adults and stuff like that. So I think I already had a little bit of confidence. Like I wasn't shy to talk to people. So that definitely really helped. And then I think I was just excited. When you're young, you're not like, I wasn't afraid or anything. I just go for it. So I think that really helped.
That definitely helps, yeah. No inhibitions when you're that young. And I think as well, with what you were doing, what an exciting environment to be in. You know, how could you, I bet you couldn't help being, you know, happy and bubbly and excited and confident.
Yeah, it was a day off school.
Yeah.
So
does that, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, I actually signed myself up to an agency. Like my parents have well, my mum does now because she has to, because she works with me. But when I was younger, my parents, so normal, no performing background, no one in my family. So I actually signed myself up for this agency.
How did you even do that? How did you?
No, it's so
where did
funny
you
when
find
you think
them?
about
Yeah.
it. I think I was just on Google and I was like looking at loads of different agencies and I was like, oh, they look great. Put my details in. Then my mum got a phone call.
Oh, absolutely no idea what's going on.
And I already did like bits of like modelling-y stuff. And I loved performing. Like I loved doing school shows and stuff like that. And anyway, my mum got a phone call and it was like, oh, Ellen has been shortlisted for this TV series to be a supporting artist on it in Manchester. Is she available? And my mum was like,
what?
Yes. And I'm like going,
Yes,
say yes.
yes.
We'll work it out after.
Yes.
Please say yes. So she said yes. And then I booked it. So it was for a show called The 4 O'Clock Club on CBBC. It's like Waterloo Road, but for younger children. And so I went. I didn't really think anything about it. Had to get up at like 4 a.m. to get to Manchester for 7 a.m. My mum took me, dropped me off. And then I was there all day till 7 p.m. pickup.
Wow.
And I literally had the best day.
Yeah.
Like, I made friends. I actually worked on that series for like 3 more years.
Oh
I made
goodness.
friends for life. It was so much fun. And I learned how it actually works.
Yeah.
Because I think with TV and film, how do you know if you've not done it? How can you teach it? Like if you've never been on set before. So I just got stuck in. I just took it on. And I remember one of the first scenes was a food fight.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I'm getting paid to throw food across and I'm going to be on
something
TV.
that I'm not usually allowed to do.
Loads of lovely people like,
this is a dream, yeah.
This is cool. I'll do this. And I also remember there was like, do you remember that show Big Cook, Little Cook?
Yes.
Well, Little Cook was actually one of the teachers. And I was just like, Little Cook, this is cool. And he wasn't little, he was like 6 foot. So I was also like so confused about that. But yeah, so I did that and just carried on working in the industry. And then I did that job, then it led to another job and another job.
And then so on and so forth. And so you've mentioned that you've worked across a lot of big productions and with a lot of brands. At what point did you realise that it wasn't just a career, but a set of skills like that you were building for life and for you know, in the future for businesses?
I don't know. I feel like I kind of wing it. I feel like I don't really think about
That's
like...
not true.
I do wing it. I do wing it. I feel like I don't really always think about the bigger picture. I just kind of pick up these skills along the way. But I guess when you're going to auditions and things like that, it can be daunting. And when I was younger, I definitely would overthink it and compare myself to other people in the room. But as I've got older, I've definitely learned so much from doing acting. Like I would happily walk in the room, not be bothered or not compare myself to anyone else. Like if the job is right for me, it will be my job and that's that kind of thing. And it's just really helped with confidence. Rejection is massive in the industry. Like I auditioned for Hollyoaks the other week and oh my God, I've been up for this job so many times since I was like 16. And I'm like, if it's meant to be, it will be. Whereas when I was younger, I'd be like, have you heard back? Mum, have you had an email from them? Have you this? Have you this? I'd always be thinking about it. Whereas now, like I do the audition and I forget about it. If it's meant to be, cool.
It will come.
If
not,
absolutely. Like never mind, on to the next.
Yeah, and I suppose, like you said, now you're teaching students, you know, those skills that you've learned from being on set, from being part of those productions, are what you now take into that role of passing that knowledge on, isn't it?
100%. And there are so many skills, like regardless of the performing side of things, like just kids having confidence and being able to talk. And I think especially because of COVID and things like that, like if I've taught a child and it's given them confidence and they can stand up in their class and talk to their teacher or talk to a student or go and make friends with someone, perfect. I'm more than happy. I think acting has taught me so much and I really love that now I can kind of share that with other people as well.
Absolutely. And like you say, it's not necessarily about them, you know, going off and having an acting career, but actually those skills that they're life skills, aren't they? That
100%.
can help children and adults in so many different environments, which is just a great thing to have. So alongside acting, you have built multiple businesses now.
I don't know how. It kind of just happened. Like, it's crazy.
But was that ever part of the plan? Or has it? So it has just happened organically.
Yeah, I told you I winged it. Like so, basically, I did loads of acting from the age of like 12, 13, up until I was 16, I did like doctors and lots of TV shows, music videos, TV adverts. So I had loads of experience. And I finished BOA in Birmingham, which is where I did a course, and I loved it. And I was kind of like, what should I do? They were kind of pushing you to do drama school or uni because it makes them look good. Love you, BOA. No shade on you. But it makes them look good. I didn't want to. Well, if I went to uni, it would have been for a night out.
Yeah,
that's literally why I would be going, and that's it. And I was like, I can't really be going to uni just for that. And I had primary education, I had an offer for that, and I had an offer for broadcast journalism.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, okay, I could do that. And then drama school, I didn't really want to go to drama school because you had to lose your agent. And I was working. So I was like, I just want to be on set and like have fun.
Why? Just going back to that, why do you have to lose an agent if you go to drama school?
Because you're not meant to be actively working in the industry, so they can train you.
Right,
like that's your training time. Then when you've been trained, then you can go into the industry. And because I was like on a roll, I was like doing loads of auditions and doing jobs, and I was like, I don't want to give that up.
Stop.
3 years, and I'd have to live in London and stuff like that, which I love London, so that would have been cool. But I just wasn't ready, and I think because I got loads of experience myself, I thought, if I want to be on the West End, I can't dance. So I'm never going to be on the West End. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm just not. So I was like, I'm just going to keep winging it. I'm just going to keep going. So I deferred my place for a year at uni.
Okay.
And then thought, I worked at David Lloyd in the crash with all the kids. Yeah.
Oh, no.
And I was running like sports classes and stuff, which I absolutely loved. And I don't know, I just had a bit of a light bulb moment that I was like, if I could do David Lloyd classes, but acting version.
Oh my goodness.
This could be so much fun because I was playing football with the kids and I was like, this is great. I can't even play football. Because they were 5, I was amazing at it.
And I thought you probably were brilliant. Yeah.
And it was just so much fun. And like, I loved working with children, and I already had a bit of experience when I was younger working with children, like volunteering and stuff like that. And I thought, let's just try this on a Saturday and see what happens. I had no vision, no idea. Really? I just thought this will be a fun Saturday job. So I started with 3 classes, which is probably when Ronnie joined us, which is so sweet.
I remember, so for anyone listening, my son Ronnie went to LCA for a while, didn't he? Absolutely loved it. And I remember Dad coming home with one of your flyers. So I think he'd been into Lichfield for something, and he said, do you think Ronnie would like this? And I said, oh yeah, it sounds amazing. And then literally he was right from the beginning, I think, when you'd started, he came and joined you, and it was just the cutest thing.
I just think it's crazy because I was 19 when I started that, and like now I look back and I think, as if people trusted me to like teach their children at 19, but I think I just loved it. I loved it, and I found it easy. Like I find it easy to teach, and I find it so enjoyable. I love the kids, and yeah, it's crazy that it just started from that. And then the agency came a little bit later because like the kids were performing, and I was like, they're amazing. They're so good. Like if I could do something, if I could give them a platform to get like access into the industry, that would be amazing, because there was nothing like that for me. It was all musical theatre training, singing, dancing, acting. It was nothing for TV and film, unless you went to London or Manchester. There was nothing, and I just thought there's such a gap here. Like we're really lacking TV and film training, and I was like, and I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. And also the people to reach out to, and to how to make that happen based on the experience that you've got. But it's like, it's I suppose, you know, if your children has got something and you think that could be a career for them, as a parent, it's probably quite daunting thinking, how on earth do I get them to this place? It seems quite
it seems far away as well. Like, we had a little boy and this week auditioned for a Marvel film. And it's like, we're in Lichfield. And we're auditioning, and we had a girl that actually got booked on Fantastic Four on the Marvel film.
Oh my goodness.
And I will never forget, like, that's one of my favourite moments whereby, like, I'm like, got Marvel's office ringing me, and I'm like, I'm just Ellie. Like, why are they ringing me? And like to book, and they're like, yeah, we want to book your client for the Fantastic Four. And I'm like,
wow.
And then telling her was like incredible.
Oh, I can imagine.
I just think like, if I can do it, everybody else can as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've had no handouts, no help. Like, I've just winged it.
Like, but you've worked really, really hard. You know, you know. I know you say you wing it, but you're working really hard. It probably doesn't. I know that we talked earlier about how manic life is at the moment, and the great thing is that you enjoy teaching so much, and you enjoy the management side of things as well. So it might feel like, you know, it's not that hard work, but
maybe because it doesn't feel necessarily like work. It's just my life.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But that's kind of what people aspire to get to, isn't it? They aspire to get to the point where, you know, they probably are working so hard, but it doesn't feel hard because you enjoy it so much and it's your passion, and you're able to bring something to other people's lives. Like,
yeah, you're right. I definitely am so lucky that I get to do something like on a Thursday and a Saturday I'm going to teach it, and it's not like, God, I've got to go
yeah,
to work. It's like,
yeah.
let's go. We're going to do this
go.
tonight.
You
It's going to
cannot
be so
wait.
much fun.
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely. It's just incredible. So, the question was going to be, what inspired you to set up your own drama school? But we've covered that because obviously you saw a gap in the market where, and also you kind of had that teaching experience with David Lloyd, and then realised actually, if I can combine this with drama and with acting, this is going to be amazing.
Well, when I was younger, if I had that, oh my gosh, if I had someone that knew what they were doing, that could teach me about the industry, it would have been
in your
insane.
hometown as well.
Yeah.
That's because a lot of people do find acting classes or academies that they can go to, but they're probably maybe a little bit too far away.
In
and
London,
it's just,
exactly,
do you know
that
what
was
I mean?
my problem.
Making it
exactly.
accessible for people is just such an amazing thing. Okay, so how different is the role with you running LCA Talent Agency? How different is that role compared to you being in front of the camera yourself?
Oh, well, I'm a creative person. So getting me to sit down with a laptop and do admin is kind of a struggle at times. I love like performing and like chatting and teaching and that bit. So that was definitely an adjustment when I first started, because basically what we do, we have an agency assistant now called Claire, who has changed my life. I love her so much. And my mum works for me as well. And she's an admin queen.
Yeah.
Oh my God, like,
amazing.
love her. So that's kind of enabled me to do the fun stuff. But yeah, I think that was a challenge in terms of like...
It's a big shift, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And just to sit still.
And
take
a minute and get to the laptop.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the workload as well, like, was so different, and you were taking on clients, and I kind of understood that, well, their career is now in our hands, so I will do everything that I can to make sure that they're getting them auditions, that they've got the advice and support they need. And like, if my clients go to an audition, they'll like ring me and let me know how it gets on, because I think I needed that in an agent. So the agency is kind of based around everything that I needed in an agent, because agents can be scary. Like, I would be so scared to... My agent had so many people on her books that she didn't really know me, or like she was too busy, or maybe they've got people on other big jobs that they don't necessarily have time. So for me, it was really important to have an agency that knows all of our clients and can also kind of just hold the hand a little bit, especially for the children, for the academy, because it can be daunting. And I think, it's really important to kind of have that support. So
definitely,
I guess I'm quite good at picking up the phone. As opposed to
we'll leave the laptop
stuff
out of the way. But like you say, we talk a lot on this podcast about realising what your strengths are and really honing in on those things, and surrounding yourself with people that can do the things that perhaps you're not the strongest at. And it is a really important factor, isn't it? Because I just think that, and also, burnout comes when you're trying to do absolutely everything. I mean, don't be wrong, it's it's so busy anyway, and you're doing the fun stuff, and it's crazy, and it can get to a point where you think, it's overwhelming. But having people around you who are the right people that can support you is everything, I think.
Oh my God, I would not have this whole business if my mum didn't help me with the admin. Like, she is amazing, seriously. Like, she left her job. Basically, we were in COVID, and I was listening to her meetings, and I'm like, this is boring. Come and work for me.
What are you doing?
Yeah, come and work for me. And she was like, how are you going to pay me? And I was like, I don't know. You do my account. So I don't know.
You figure it out.
You can figure it out. Come and work for me. And so she did. And then, which was like a massive gamble, her to leave her like solid job that she's got an MBE for.
It's quite cool. Oh my God, I remember seeing this.
But she's just so good. And I think it's so important to be surrounded by people who can do the things that you can't. And I just think like all that boring VAT, all that stuff.
And it's quite scary, like that bit. Even I'm like, so I started my business in 2024, and this is the first tax return I've had to do. Oh and I'm like, I need an accountant quickly because I don't know what I'm doing. But that I don't really want to know. I'm happy to let someone else handle that side of things.
So I was like that. I always turned a blind eye. I was like, this doesn't interest me. I don't want to know. But actually, last year I've sat on some meetings with the accountants and stuff, and I'm like, I do kind of need to know this stuff. And it actually, I think because it's scary, that's why we don't want to know.
You kind of push it away.
But the accountants are like really helpful and explain things. And I'm like, oh, that's why
exactly
that works like that. That's why that works.
And I suppose for you, when it's not just one business, it's multiple businesses and your own acting career, and things are growing at quite a rapid rate. You understanding what that looks like is probably, it is really important, isn't it? So I totally get it. And I just going back to when Ronnie did come and start with you doing classes, your mum and dad were there every single Saturday, weren't they? They were doing everything, making tea, looking after the parents, kind of just chatting. They were so lovely. And they could just see the pride they had that you'd set this school up and that you were, they're able to support you. So that is also amazing. And seeing that from outside.
They're so supportive. I think like that's the thing. I think like they would just like go for it. When I first started, it was like, oh, I fancy doing this. Like, what do you think? They're like, yes, obviously. Like, just give it a go. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's okay.
I think like so many people are scared of failing, whereas I didn't have that. I didn't have that like, oh my God, what if it doesn't work out? Because I deferred my uni place. So I was like, well, worst case scenario.
You go to uni and have a great time.
Yeah, exactly. So, they are amazing. And it's like no pressure as well. And I think that helps. And I remember that like with my exams and stuff, it was like, just do your best. That's all you can do.
Absolutely.
And I think I actually did better. Like I got really good grades. And I think that's because there was no
pressure wasn't on top of you. Yeah,
I was like, do what you can. And I think it's always been like this, like, just try your best and have fun.
And what a great approach to everything. And like you say, you've been able to shine and you've been able to really take things to this level now because of the support, but the the lack of pressure, the fact that it's just, let's go with the flow, let's give it a try and not being afraid to have a go. Because that's a huge thing that people, I think, get stuck behind.
Yeah, 100%.
So what skills from your acting career have been most useful when managing talent and then running like your team now?
Yeah, I think like communication. Communication is absolutely key in this industry. Talking to clients and giving them advice. I think acting can be sometimes lonely.
Yeah.
I think like you do a self-tape, a video audition, and you think, is that even good? I don't know.
Yeah.
And so having someone that you can bounce off and just like, we watch all of our clients' tapes. So me, my mum or Claire, our agency assistant, we watch them all and we'll give feedback. And if it's not good enough, we'll let our clients know.
Yeah.
Because we want to submit tapes that are going to be amazing. Like the little boy who auditioned for Marvel, we had an email yesterday from Marvel saying, we loved his tape, can we recall him? And I'm like, yes, of course you can recall him. But that's because we do take time and we do care. So I think that's one thing.
So is that a different type of practice? So do some people, would they let the clients do a self-tape and just submit it without seeing it? Wow.
Yeah, like they wouldn't even watch it.
Oh my gosh.
Like sub your tape, that's it, go.
Okay.
Done.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. They might not even watch it.
Yeah. I'm just thinking because like your reputation is on the line in terms of the talent you submit. So obviously that's quite a crucial part.
If we send a bad tape off, say if we're sending, like we had, I actually can't say this. I'm not going to say it, but I'm going to kind of say it. We had a girl that auditioned for a major film.
Okay.
And imagine like sending off a tape that you haven't watched. Are they going to ask us for any more tapes again? No. So I think like, watch that. And I was like, let's go, girl.
That is incredible. Wow, how exciting.
It is so exciting. And it's like you see students like coming through the door and they start their classes and they're like, I want to be an actor. And a lot of the time people think, oh yeah, go and get a proper job. Like, go do this. And I'm like, well, let's go then.
Yeah.
Like, I'll teach you. Like, I'll get you in the right rooms. Like, let's do it. And I think in the acting industry, there is that kind of idea of like, you're not going to make it. No one makes it, or 1% makes it, which I understand it's a really tough industry, but it gives you so many other skills that you can go off and do other things. Like I wouldn't be doing the social media stuff if I had no acting.
Yeah. And you wouldn't have ever set up the academy if you hadn't had that experience and thought, I want to pass this knowledge on, I want to do that. So it can, and I think more than anything,
even if you're
like
not an actor, you can take them skills and do something else with it.
Absolutely, yeah. So communication is a huge thing. You want to be, that's one thing you've taken into business.
Yeah, definitely. And I just think it's mindset is everything. I think when I was acting, I always used to say if I didn't get a job, rejection is redirection. And that's just stuck with me. And I think I have quite a strong mindset of like a positive outlook and all of that. And that's helped me so much in business. Oh my God. If something goes wrong, it is what it is. We move on, we put it right, or we do something different. And I think acting is all about audition, do this, do that. And just trying your best.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think mindset is just such a huge thing. So that's definitely helped me going into this. 100%.
That's incredible. And like you say, how you frame things is just everything. Some people could dwell on bad feedback or a rejection or whatever.
Oh my God, don't get me wrong.
Like, I'm going to say it must be hard. And you've obviously had, you've probably gone through a lot of experiences where, you've had to build yourself up to the point where you think, I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm going to move on.
100%. I think because I was 19 when I started it up, like, I want to please everyone. I want to make sure that everyone is happy. And I definitely went through that stage of like 19, 20, 21 of like learning that sometimes people will have an opinion and that it's okay for them to have that opinion. So yeah, I definitely had to learn that I'm going to try my best. I'm going to do everything that I can to make everyone happy. If someone isn't, then you've got to just let that be.
Yeah.
I think I used to, say if I had 100 emails, 99 were like, Ellie, your classes are amazing. I'd read them all and it would make me so happy. But if there was one, I'd have parents shout at me on the phone, at times shout at me in my face, and I really struggled with that, but it's built so much resilience, so much.
Is that just parents thinking that their children are better than they are, or,
Well, maybe
or,
if their child has only got one
issues?
line.
Oh my
Or
goodness.
just things, not little things, because I know in the grand scheme of things, it's up to everybody.
Important.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, I'm kind of in a way glad it's happened though,
Yeah.
because it definitely makes you stronger. And I think that's what's helped with acting.
Yeah.
Like you get knockbacks, you get opinions, advice. Whether you get the job is up to somebody else.
Exactly, yeah.
So, yeah.
And like you say, a great mindset, and we talk about it a lot, is that you can't control what anyone else thinks or anyone else does, but you can control how you respond to that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just think it's about being positive, imagining the best case scenario and going with that. And I think like there's no ceiling to success. There's no like, oh, you can only do this because you're from Lichfield, or you can only do this, you can do that. And I'm like, no, absolutely not.
And who's in charge of that? Like, no one is there to tell you that. The world is your oyster. That's a real cliche, but that is so true, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And like manifestation is key. I used to like manifest getting a job and stuff like that, and like I want to be in this audition room for this and this, and it would happen. And I think like I always bang on about vision boards,
No,
and I just think
so important.
they work. The other day in class, I got all the kids in the first class back to write down their acting aspirations for 2026. We put it on a post-it note, and I've got a massive canvas now, which I need to keep in my house for a year somewhere. And it's like, I would like to be in this TV show. I would like to do this audition. I would like to do this. I would like to have my headshots done. And I just think like having an aim and having aspirations.
And something that you constantly can refer back to. Lots of people that I've seen making vision boards have them as their screensaver or on their phone or whatever. Because actually, the more you look at it and more you think, that's what I'm going after, it makes the hard work worthwhile. It makes you more determined than ever to kind of reach those goals.
Yeah. Like this time last year, at the start of the year, I did my vision board, and it was to be on a billboard. I always wanted to be on a billboard.
Oh my God.
This time last year, I was in in New York, watching myself on Times Square on a billboard.
So this is like going off topic, but what did that feel like?
Oh my goodness, it was amazing. So I did a shoot for a brand called Kanzen, which is a skincare. They're in Birmingham, lovely team. And I was actually on a shoot with them a couple of days before. And they said, oh, Ellie, we just need to talk to you. And I thought, okay. I'm never in trouble. I never did anything wrong. So I was like, I know I've not done anything wrong. So, okay, I'll just go with the flow. And they were like, we're flying out to America because we're launching in America, and you're the face of the campaign. And I was like,
my God.
Okay. So your face is going to be in Times Square on a billboard. And
I'm sorry,
like,
what?
No, sorry. Are you serious? Because I literally wrote this on my vision board the other day. What do you mean? What, like, I was thinking, are you winding me up here?
Yeah, this is not real.
You're like, no, we're being serious. I literally rang my mum and I was like, you are not. Guess what's happened? So yeah, we flew out to New York to see it. It was like, it didn't feel real at all.
It didn't.
Well, to be fair, it did when I saw it. I was like, oh my God, this has actually happened to me. Like this actually, it's there. I can't, but I didn't tell anyone just in case it didn't happen.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
So I like FaceTimed all my friends. I put them all into like this joint FaceTime. And I was like, guys, by the way, I'm in New York, and just look at this. And that was like a crazy feeling because my friends are so supportive. Like a lot of them work with me at LCA because they all teachers. And so, yeah, I love them so much. So seeing their reaction and my nan's reaction, and it was just so lovely. Surreal.
What an
I had the
epic
best
thing
time
to happen. So that was in January last year, wasn't it? And you'd just written your vision board, and one of those things was to be on a billboard in New York, and weeks later you're literally there.
I was like, what?
The power of manifestation and the power of vision boards.
I know. And then I got a picture of some keys on my vision board, and I went to like just see this house because I was like, well, at some point I'm probably going to have to move out, not sure when, but we'll go and have a look at this and let's just see what's what. I had a look at it and I was like, oh my God, I actually love this house. This is really nice. So I just put an offer in on the off chance, and then I got a call on Brooklyn Bridge. And it was like, your offer's been... And I'm like, oh my God, this vision board is kind of scary at the moment. One time. It was like a whirlwind week. Yeah, it was crazy. Wow. So do your vision board.
So do your vision boards, listeners, please, because they do work. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about now your newest venture, which is Ellie Shoots Socials.
Yeah.
It feels like a completely natural extension of everything you've done so far. But what led you then to launch this?
So I was getting acting jobs that were content.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, this is cool. I love this. And in acting, you do quite a lot of TV commercials and online commercials and, as I say, social media commercials. I was like, this is great. I can do this. And I love presenting and things like that. So it kind of ties everything together.
Yeah.
And there's a car garage in Aldridge called Rox Cars. And they reached out to me and they were like, we're looking for someone to be the face of our brand, to do some videos for social media. Are you interested? I was like, yeah, all right, I'll give it a go. I'll wing it, as I said. Like, I feel like you've just got to try everything. Like, you don't grow in your comfort zone. And I thought, this is out of my comfort zone, but we'll give it a whirl. If I go and I don't like it, cool, never mind.
Yeah.
No one needs to know, and it never needs to happen again.
Yeah.
But I went and loved it. So, yeah, I've worked with them for quite a while now, and I love it. It's so much fun. And you know what? I get motivated by results. So, like, when their videos go viral, I'm like,
oh, yes, you made that happen. Yeah.
And people come to the garage and they're like, oh, yeah, we've seen you on Twitter. And I'm like, it works. It works. Same with the furniture place. Oh, my goodness. Their videos went absolutely mental.
That's incredible.
About garden furniture.
Yeah, exactly. But it's having the right approach to it, isn't it? And having the right person, I guess, in front of the camera, talking about the products. It doesn't really matter what it is. You know, there is a market for everything, isn't there? And there is an audience for everything. So I think it's just, you know, appealing to the right people, finding those people. And that's kind of what you seem to be doing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people also don't want to be on social media or don't want to be the face of the brand or don't want to do the talking because what on earth are you meant to say about a sofa? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But I just enjoy it. I find that I start influencing myself. Yeah. I'm like, oh no, I actually really like this sofa. Like when I was buying my house, I'd go to Half Price Furniture Warehouse and I'd be like, I'm having the garden furniture. Yeah. I need that.
I've sold this to myself, so I'm going to have it.
Oh, I'd be like, Ellie, you don't even have the keys. Like, also, you've got bigger, you need a sofa, you need a bed.
Don't buy any garden furniture, you know, it's the winter, we don't need that just yet.
Yeah, exactly. But no, like it definitely works and it's really, really lovely to kind of work with a team because I think when you're self-employed, I mean, love my mum, but like we'll sit at the kitchen table or at David Lloyd or somewhere like that and work. It's so nice going into somewhere and having a team and like everyone is so lovely and friendly and we have so much fun. Like, it's amazing. So there's definitely so many perks of doing socials and it's just kind of happened naturally, as I say,
That's so good. And like you say, another element that you can use your skills in and something that you really enjoy. You know, I do these social media masterclasses that we talked about earlier. And it's just, you know, there's a massive fear for people to get on social media and to get in front of the camera. We know how important it is if you can do that and you have got the confidence to do that, but it's not easy for everybody. Yeah. And also business owners don't necessarily always have the time
100%.
or whatever. So if you can work with somebody like you, they can come and bring those visions they've got to life and kind of appeal to the audiences. God, it's what a job that you're doing for people. That's incredible.
Yeah, and I just see that it makes a difference. Do you know what I mean? Like, they have sold so much garden furniture and sofas and beds all from one video.
Nuts. Yeah.
And it's crazy, like, but it works.
Yeah, it absolutely works. And that's what you're trying to kind of get across, that social media can be such an important part of your marketing strategy, can't it?
Like, huge.
Yeah. When you've got the right strategy behind it, the right person in front of the camera or whatever, it's just, because the thing is, your videos are brilliant. They're still really authentic. So obviously we know a huge thing about social media is we don't want it to be too polished, too perfect.
I think with AI now as well, like, it can feel quite robotic.
Yeah.
And AI is so quick, it's so easy, it's so simple. Like, you pop it in, bam, it's there. Do you know what I mean? But I think having like a human kind of vibe 100%. About it.
And just, I think the shift, particularly as you mentioned AI, with that coming in, you know, more and more within social media, people are going to be craving those authentic, genuine connections. So I think actually having someone in front of the camera, and you know, I know you go around the office and you're having quite a lot of fun with the guys at Roxburgh and things like that. So it's all quite good fun, and people can be like, oh, what a lovely place to go. You know, I might go there next time I'm looking for a car or whatever, because you're trying to build that kind of the personal side of things as well, aren't you? It's not just, you know, we're a great car sales place, you know,
it puts a face to the business.
It's giving that whole vibe, and building that trust with your audience is a massive thing. So I think you're totally right, and I just love the way you do things. So you work with clients on filming, presenting, editing, I guess coming up with ideas as well. What do business owners usually struggle with the most when they first start working with you?
I think to start with, it is the time. I think they're like, if you can just come in and do some videos for me, thank you. And I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. Cool, let's go. Like, I'll think of the ideas and stuff like that. Because I think sometimes ideas can be a thing. I think sometimes when it's your business, it's just so normal. Like, if it's sofas, you see these sofas every day.
Yeah.
So what is exciting about them? Whereas I can come in, I can be like, that sofa's unreal. Let's do a video about this. And they had the other day a really cute single bed, and it was like really aesthetic. I was like, let's do a video on that. And they're like, Really? I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, it's so cute. So I think like coming up with ideas and like being excited about it. I think when it's your business and you've got so many things to do, and social media is just one of them things that's in the background that you think, oh my God, I could really do with doing that, but I don't have the time, so I'm just going to push it to the side. I think having someone that's excited, that enjoys it, and that does something that works, I think is really nice and easy for them. Because I think, people struggle with being excited, the momentum, actually doing it, and where do you start? What do you even say? Whereas it just comes out of my mouth.
It comes naturally. That's
I don't
incredible.
know.
The thing is, though, I totally get it, because when I hold the masterclasses, I will have 10 people in a room and they'll be like, I don't know what to talk about. And I'm like, are you kidding? You've got this, you could talk about this, you could whatever. And I think that we go into a lot of detail on strategy and how to break it down and make it really easy and kind of look at the bigger picture. But I think when it is your business, you put so much pressure on coming up with ideas that actually then you just don't have any, because you're trying to force it so much.
And you also sometimes overthink
it. Absolutely. So I think someone like you, who is a genuinely excited person, really creative mind, can come in and go, that bed, this is what we're going to do.
Literally. I'm like,
which is
we
brilliant.
did a video that went totally viral, and it was like how to furnish your house for under, I can't remember how much it was now. It got like over 4,000. Like, no, 400, sorry, not 4,000. 400,000 like views. And then people was like, I want to buy this. Can I make an order? And I'm like,
this is exactly what we're trying to do.
I did a video on like where we're based. And it goes viral. And I'm like, we're in Lichfield. Like, is that a big deal? I don't know.
But if you think about it, like, we know about it because obviously we live in the local area, but that's a really great place to go and get some incredible furniture, and it's half price or less or whatever. That
the deals are so mad.
The deals are so good.
I want it. Like, there'll be like a coffee table. And I'm like, and it's like £69. I'm like, right, I should have that. And I'm like, and then I go home after I've like managed not to take it away. I go home and I'm like, I have no space.
Where would I
don't even need a coffee table. What on earth? So
But you're obviously doing such a good job at selling the products that you just want everything yourself, which is absolutely brilliant.
I just influence myself. I'm like, actually, that is true. This does look nice.
That's brilliant. But like you say, it's quite a hidden gem. That particular business is quite a hidden gem,
and it is about getting out.
It's
because you can't see it from the road. So if it's like word of mouth or social media.
You don't need to be in the local area to come to that. You want people from far and wide to come and know about it.
People travel from like so far to come.
And that's exactly, but that's the influence you can have. And that's why social media, again, is so important, because you're not just reaching a small audience, you're reaching so many people.
Exactly.
And if it's what they want and it's right for them, and if you can kind of draw enough influence to it, they will come and they will buy, won't they? So it's just,
and they might come in for this particular sofa and then see a bed. And then see the garden furniture.
And then that coffee table.
Exactly. So it's really good and it really works. And as I say, I get motivated by results, and sometimes people will come in. Like the other week, someone came in and she was like, is that girl from like your social media? I wasn't there. This is what they told me. Is that girl from your social media? I really recognise her voice. And I was like, well, people must hear it. People must come in.
It's obviously having a really massive impact for the companies that you're working with. So we know that a lot of people in businesses are nervous about being on camera. What do you think holds people back the most when it comes to that sort of thing?
I think it's worrying what people think. I think because I've grown up being on camera, I have done the most horrendous acting jobs and I've looked awful. I've like been in an ITV series like a young Carrie Fisher who's chucking her guts up and having her stomach pumped, and they put white like face paint on me. So I've done horrendous things, horror films, like disgusting, where I look awful. So for me, I've grown up having to think, well, it is what it is. It's a job. Do you know what I mean?
That's the character I'm playing right now. Who cares? Whatever.
Exactly. So that's really helped me not care too much about what if my hair's intact and my face is looking okay, it's gonna be all right. Do you know what I mean? So I think like that's one thing, caring about what other people think, and other people's opinions. I think that's massive. And don't get me wrong, when I started, I probably thought, are people gonna, I don't even know if I did, but like you might think like, oh, what are people gonna think about this? Or like, people are gonna see my face, is that weird? Like, to be fair, I was in Fumo the other week and then someone came up to me and they were like, do you do the Rockstar socials? And I was like, yeah, I do. But other than that, I don't think people really
I think like
and
also I think like people really, really go deep with it, don't they? And think, oh my God, I'm going to put this video out, and everyone's going to be like, what the hell are they doing? They don't know what they're doing. It's rubbish or whatever.
People can be mean on social media.
But equally, most of the time, people don't even give it a second thought, do they?
They don't.
And I think people probably are a lot more like, oh, you've given it a go, good for you, whatever. You do have to get past that mindset of,
you do.
Who cares? If it's going to help me, it's going to help my business.
It's going to make you money. And that's, if
Does
you've
it
got
matter?
a shop that's open from 9 till 5 and it's dead, and you're sat there waiting for your customers, I feel like you've got to go to them.
You've got
get
to.
them videos
You've got
out
to make
there.
it happen. Yeah, exactly. You've got to have that drive. And if it's not going to be you, then get someone who is willing to do it and kind of invest in that side of things, because it's a massive thing for you to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think that people massively put a lot of that on
the pressure on themselves.
Pressure, yeah.
And I think even like people are so self-critical.
Yeah.
So like they might do a video that we would think is amazing, but they might look at it and think, oh no, I'm not putting it out there.
I'm not posting it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
but sometimes I think you just have to post, get it out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you just learn from them. Like I'll look back at some of the talking videos that I've done before and thought, oh my God, what am I wearing? What am I talking about? Like it's a load of rabble, but they've really resonated well and people have loved them, and that's what's worked. But I think you learn from that and think, okay, I probably wouldn't do that. I'd, do things differently next time.
Yeah, exactly.
But just have a go.
You've got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
You've got to try it out, and
you have.
If it works, amazing. If it doesn't, then call on someone to help or get someone else in or whatever. I think you've got to try. And like, don't get me wrong, sometimes I listen to videos. My dad will be scrolling on Facebook.
Oh no.
And a rocks car video comes up and I think, oh my God, my voice is so squeaky. Why does it sound like that? But like, I just think you've got to be like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
do you ever feel like that when you watch yourself back in things? Do you cringe?
Oh yeah, all the time. I'm like, oh God, Ellie, like, oh no. But yeah, it is what it is. You just gotta and not deep it too much. Just do it, like whatever.
And like you say, look at the results. That's really all that matters. If you're bringing in results for your clients, you're bringing in results for yourself. You've built successful businesses. It must work. It does.
We laugh at half price furniture sometimes because I'm like, this sofa is gorgeous. This is this, and I'm like, why am I so passionate? Like, what? Like, what?
Calm down.
Yeah, literally. Sometimes I think you're getting so excited. You need to relax.
But it's working. You're getting everybody else excited about it. So that's all that matters. Oh dear. And is there one thing you think that you wish business owners understood about video content that would make showing up easier? I suppose not to think too much about it.
Yeah, and like just being consistent. And I think not caring too much, thinking about the bigger picture rather than like, oh my God, I've got to do these videos. Think about the audience that it can reach. Think about the money that it can bring in. Like, I really think it makes such a difference. And in the end, you actually learn to enjoy it. Like the people at Rocks, their staff did not want to be in a video at all. Whereas now the boys will do like car of the week and stuff. So I think it also like when you surround yourself by people who make it normal, I think that really helps as well. Because it's like, oh, well, if she can just do a video talking some rubbish about whatever, then I can as well.
And I guess showing the fact that you haven't got any inhibitions, you're going to go in, you're going to have fun with it. And then there's been results from that. So them seeing that, thinking, okay, actually, she's in front of the camera. It's not that, it's not that it's not hard, but I could give it a go, couldn't I? And I could get stuck in and enjoy it,
and I can
myself.
always help and give advice. Like, why don't you say this? Or why don't you do this? Or like the other day, sorry to talk about half price furniture so much, but Sean did a video whilst I was on holiday. And I messaged him and I was like, this is brilliant. Have I lost my job? Like, that's so good. But I think it's really nice that then people feel comfortable and confident to do it. And I think that's the thing. Like,
you're leading by example, aren't you, as well? Which again is giving them that confidence. I mean, the girls at Roxburgh, you say because they really make me laugh. Like when you do things with them, I'm thinking it's so funny, but it shows their personality. It's just brilliant to watch. So I think that's what probably keeps people going back to it, because it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, and we genuinely do have fun. Like, I actually love going there. And the girls on reception, Julie and Caroline, like, they're just so funny. And like, Caroline will send me videos. Should we do this? Should we do this?
Oh, that's really lovely.
Good. It's
to get
genuinely
even
really
getting
good.
with the ideas and stuff.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so you often talk about content needing to work. You say you're very results driven, not just look good. What does results driven content actually mean? What does that mean to you?
Yeah, to me, it's getting them views and turning them into customers.
Yeah.
Like, it's all well and good getting so many views, but it needs to do something.
Yeah,
it needs to then go to the next level. Otherwise, there's no point having me doing your videos. I'm coming in to sell whatever it is that you're doing and getting them people through the door to book with you. That's the whole point, because I don't think there's any point having these videos. I mean, having an online presence is perfect. It's so helpful. Like the other day I was booking to do something and I was like, let me just look on their Instagram.
Yeah. And you can do that kind of, as well. Like Instagram's having a massive shift in particular, that people are using it more like a search engine. If you're looking for something now, you kind of go onto Instagram and have a look, don't you, and find accounts that can give you what you need.
100%.
So it is really important. But I think, like you say, with the results, with the content that if someone's going to invest.
If someone's investing, that's what I mean. If someone's paying me to do something, I want to do a fantastic job, because if I don't, that doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah.
Whereas if I go into any of the places and they say, oh, someone bought this because they saw you on this.
Amazing.
Perfect.
That's
that makes
exactly
me really
what you're
happy.
there to do.
Because I genuinely care. And also, like, I don't want to waste my own time going in to do some videos that don't work.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I suppose a lot of people probably do. I think there are probably social media managers out there that go in, film the content, get paid, whatever, and probably aren't so worried about the results. They're just doing what they've been paid or asked to do.
True, yeah.
Because I think that probably does exist. And, if the businesses that are employing them to do that don't really get it or understand the impact that having, whereas I suppose your approach is that you're really open and honest. You're here to do a job.
Too honest.
Yeah, probably. But it's amazing. And again, that drive and the approach to it is obviously having an impact, and it's making, bringing those results in for those businesses.
Yeah, I think maybe it links back to the agency. Like,
Perhaps
if there's someone on our books that maybe they've not got an audition for a month, I'm like, right, why? What could we do differently?
Yeah.
Like, I need to make sure that client knows. Maybe I'll ring them and say, right, should we get some new headshots? Should we do this? Upload an audio reel to your Spotlight. Do you know what I mean? So I think whatever I do, it has to work. It has to be a success.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know, maybe that's just in my brain. So with the socials, I'm like, I can see whether it works or not. It's right in front of me. The views are in front of me.
And that is the best thing,
commenting,
isn't it, about social media? I think you've got those results can come quite instantly.
Mm-hmm.
And the great thing is that you can learn from them very quickly and think, okay, well, that approach, that didn't quite work. Let's do a video about this and see if that's better. So quickly you can move on and get those results.
Yeah, sometimes the videos that you don't even think are going to do well do amazingly. I posted an LCA one the other day and it's got like 30k within like a day, and I was like, oh, sometimes people like videos that you just think
exactly. And I think sometimes you put an awful lot of work into some videos and they don't do as well as you think they're going to, and it is often the ones that actually just come together,
they just pop on,
really straightforward and easy to do. Actually, that's what people are looking for, and that's where I think the authenticity piece comes in. Those ones that aren't so polished and that are, you spent so much time on do seem to work well, which is just amazing. Okay, what mistakes do you see business owners making when it comes to social media and video?
Oh, maybe long videos. Yeah. I always think, and I say this to the kids, people have the attention span of a toddler or a puppy. So when you're doing your audition or when we're doing a video on social media, it needs to be snap. It needs to get their attention, bam.
Quickly.
Instead of something that's a little bit like got some nice music and it's slow and it's like, I mean, if you're doing a massage, then of course, but like, do you know what I mean? Just something that's like catchy, pop, bam, it gets them. I think that could be a mistake, maybe, or maybe just overthinking it, or not posting consistently, or just not being passionate themselves about it. I feel like sometimes it's just a bit like, I'll shove that on just to tick a box.
It's like a job, like another job to do that's kind of not very well thought through, or it's just something you feel you've got to do.
Yeah.
And I feel sad because when I speak to people about it, I'm like, actually, social media is really fun.
So fun.
Like, it should be fun. Yeah, it really, really is. And actually, when you have that mindset or treat it like that, it comes across in that way, and actually that makes your account so much more enjoyable to watch because you're having fun with it. But I think that comes back down to having a really good plan and strategy and making it doable, and the consistency piece is massive, isn't it? Because I think a lot of business owners will have a spurt where they do loads and then they'll be like, oh, I've run out of ideas now, and it will drop off, and that's so much worse than you could than not showing up at all, really.
No, exactly. And I think batch content is like life-saving. So I will go in and we might make 10, 20 videos, and then they've got one to post every day.
Yeah.
Or if they want to post 3 times a week, they're in the drafts,
exactly,
they're ready to go. Because I think if you're just doing a video, say you've just setting yourself 10 minutes to a video every day, it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
It's just not. So
no way.
and I do this with my own personal socials, like I set time aside, bam, let's go for it. Let's just shoot them all. They're in your drafts. And then you can be in Tesco or wherever you are and, I need to post, bam.
And it's there ready, isn't it?
Yeah.
Honestly, I've been watching so many, I think with the start of the year, there's so much advice kind of with batching content and all sorts of things. And having even a specific folder in your phone for B-roll content, which is, whatever, with you not talking to camera, but a folder where you can just easily store it all and go and grab it and put that on.
Every brand that I work with has a folder in my
so
phone.
Have that going
absolutely.
On. Yeah, but how quick then is it to kind of just roll it out and keep that consistency going, isn't it?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Definitely.
Okay, if someone feels really overwhelmed by content creation, say they're not in a position to have someone come in and help them with their socials right now, what do you think is the best place for them to start?
Do you know what I would probably do is, if they don't want their face on camera, I would do voiceover. So get some clips of whatever it is that you do and then voiceover on top of it. So then it's just your voice, it's not your face.
Yeah.
I think as long as you've got, and again, acting comes into this, I think, expression, and you sound excited about it.
Yeah.
Then I think fab, pop some captions on, and I think, you're good. And I think a great way to kind of start and get the ball rolling is have a look what other brands in the same kind of
industry,
thank you, as you do.
Yeah.
Because then you can get inspiration from them as well, especially if you're like, how am I meant to sell this plant?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have a look at someone else that sells the plant, see what they do and see what their content's
and draw
like.
inspiration from that. Absolutely. And I think that, like you said, the voiceovers are a great way to start kind of playing around with content a little bit,
Yeah.
but also to get your confidence up, you know, of kind
Absolutely.
of speaking on, because once you've spoken, you know, it's not that big a deal then to get your face on there. If you don't ever want
Yeah.
to do it, that's fine, but at least you're doing something to show kind of you and your personality.
And I think also, like, you'd be surprised of how many people actually find. So, like, the kids might say to me, like, I'll say, tell me a fun fact. And they're like, nothing's fun about me. And I'm like, yes, it is. I'm like, have you got a pet? They're like, yeah, I've got a dog called this and this. And I'm like,
There you go.
there's your fun fact. That's interesting to me because I've never heard about your dog before.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people think that it's not interesting what they're talking about. But to others, it is. Oh my goodness, I've watched people like doing, like, sat in the car talking about the school run.
Oh, yeah. And it's not relevant to you at all, is it?
No.
But yeah.
Exactly. So I feel like A, people are nosy. And B,
absolutely are.
people find stuff interesting. Everyone
Yeah.
has their own idea of what's
Yeah.
interesting.
I was going to say, there is something out there for everybody.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think you've got to just find those people. And that's what, you know, the consistency piece, the more you do, the more likely those people are to find you and whatever else.
Yeah.
And you do, you know, there people will find things. And I'm like a nosy person. Social media is like, I love social media because I love watching the accounts that I really love to follow and,
Yeah.
and seeing them up there behind the scenes. And I'm the same. I'll go onto TikTok and start following something that I'm like, this is not relevant to my life in one bit. Like, but I'm so invested
Yeah,
in what this person's doing.
There's this page that I literally love, and my mum will send me like the reels, and it's like this little girl baking, and she's got like her pony in the kitchen, and I'm like, I've got 100 other things to do now.
But I'm gonna
this
sit
girl
and
is
watch this.
baking.
Yeah.
Her pony's in the kitchen. They've like got sheep and all sorts, and she's like 4 years old, and she's so cute. And
Oh
I'm just
my
like,
God. Everything else can wait.
yeah, literally, priority is the little girl
Yeah,
baking.
I need to watch this video right now.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, yeah. So I agree. I think that's a really good tip. Get some audio on there. Talk
Yeah.
to the camera. Yeah, and B-roll footage
Even
is great,
stills,
isn't it?
you could do a swipey post on TikTok or on Instagram. They work really well sometimes as well.
With the voiceover as well. Brilliant. Okay. So
And music.
Oh,
If
music.
you're doing a swipey, you can add some music, and then if it's a good tune and it just gets someone's attention.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
yeah.
And I do think the music, like a lot of people talk about trending audios and stuff, but often if the music matches what you're doing, that's actually better, isn't it, than a trending audio? So yeah.
I think some music is better than
Yeah.
no music.
Yeah. Oh,
Definitely.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. Okay. So what's one small change that someone could make this week to improve their content without overthinking it?
Popping a story on,
Oh, yeah.
doing a poll,
Yeah.
doing like a cute, like, you know, the questions one.
Yeah.
Something where people can just engage easily. And it takes the audience member 1 second to do,
Yeah.
and it takes you 30 seconds to put it on.
Love
Something
it.
that's little, but can have a really good impact.
Yeah.
Because
Brilliant.
I always, if there's a poll, I'm like, yeah, I'll join
in.
in. Do you know what I mean? It might be
Yeah.
about something so irrelevant.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think doing something little like that can have a bigger
Yeah.
impact would be really great.
Love that. And also, I think with those sorts of stories, you can actually gain insights to kind of what to do next. You know, it might be a question like,
What do you want to
wanna
see from
more
me?
of?
Yes.
Yeah. What you know, what interests you, whatever.
Yeah.
Because then you're actually getting some market research, and you can think,
Exactly.
okay, well, I might have a go at doing a reel or a carousel post about that, because people have said they want to see it. So
Exactly.
love that tip. Okay, amazing. So we're going to talk a little bit about running multiple businesses. So you are juggling acting,
I am juggling.
a drama school, a talent agency, and a social media business.
Yeah.
How do you manage it all?
We wing it.
Yeah.
No, we have a notepad and we write everything down.
Yeah.
Because I have to write it down and tick it off. I love a list.
Me too.
Yeah, that is how we juggle. But also, like, having people around you that are supportive,
Yeah.
like having a team, like the girls that teach, like there might be something that I need to do when I'm in classes. They just get on with the game.
Oh,
Or we'll
amazing.
just continue my lesson.
Yeah.
Like, I think being surrounded by people who are your kind of people, have got the same vibe, the same positive mentality, I think is absolutely key. And just not being afraid to reach out, like, oh, I'm really struggling with this. I don't suppose you can help me, or
Yeah.
anything like that is fab. And also, like, I need to take my own advice, but like, not stress. I think when you think of all the things you need to do, you think, how on earth am I
How?
going to do this today?
Yeah.
Like, literally,
get
where do I
through
even start? And then you start looking at the reel of the little girl baking.
Yeah. And forget them all.
Yeah, exactly. So sometimes I need to like talk to myself like, Ellie, crack on now. Lock in. Let's go. The kids say that. The teenagers are like, I'm going to lock in. And I'm like,
Oh,
yes, let's lock in.
Yeah, I need to take your advice.
Yeah, exactly. So I think, locking in, making a list. I get distracted so easily. Like, if there's music on, I'm singing to the music and not focusing. So finding a quiet space for me is good. Sit there and get ticking.
Yeah. And I suppose as well, once you've got that list and it's all written down,
Yeah.
just choose, like, I had this advice once, and it was like, start with the least thing, the thing that you want to do least, like the hardest thing on that list, because once that's gone,
everything is easy.
Yeah.
So
I
like
try and
that.
do that, and I mean, I try and break it down and think, right, what actually needs to be done, like right now or today.
Yes, prioritise stuff 100%, because my mum's so organised. She's working on stuff for the next month.
Wow.
I'm working on today.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think sometimes she'll be like, oh, we need to do this. And I'm like, yeah, but that's 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
So
Can't think
let me
about
do
that
this
right now.
today. Yeah, exactly. So I think the list is perfect. And I think prioritising, not getting overwhelmed, and just trying. Just give it a go. You're only human. You can only do a certain amount.
Yeah.
Do you know
Don't put
what?
too much pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
I think as long as you give it the best shot that you can, that's all you can do.
It's going to be okay.
It's going to be okay.
It's gonna be
Absolutely. And I
okay.
think sometimes, like, we can get in our own heads to think, oh, like, I'm doing rubbish at this. I'm doing rubbish at this. I'm doing like, I think being positive.
Yeah, give yourself some credit, especially like someone that is running multiple businesses or is doing lots of things and juggling home life and whatever else it might be. You know, we've all got a lot on our plates, haven't we? No matter what situation you're in.
Yeah.
So be a bit kinder to yourself, maybe.
Being kind to yourself 100%. And I think just sometimes breathing.
Yeah.
I always as well try and have like a treat at the end, whether it's a chocolate bar
I love
or
that.
something. Like,
oh my God,
or I can do my adenola order. Like something. I bribe myself. Ellie, if you do all this, then you can do this.
Yeah. I'm like, I really want to go and get something from the kitchen to eat, but I'm not going to go and get it until I've done this job. Like, I have to do this job and then I'll go and get it. Yeah, but it works really well. Do you have any moments of doubt or imposter syndrome, even with all the experience that you've got?
I think sometimes if I'm doing an audition and it's like something major that you really want to get, sometimes I'm like, oh, is that going to happen to me? And I'm like, yeah, it is. Of course it can. Like, I always say to the students, like, you deserve to book the job just as much as everyone else. And I think, like, sometimes I do have to listen to my own advice. I think, to be fair, normally I'm so busy that I don't have a second to actually sit there and dwell, which is probably a good thing. But yeah, I think at times you can, but I think you've just got to try your best.
Yeah.
You've just got to get on with it. And like, you deserve to be successful. There is enough room for everyone to do well. And I always think that, especially like about other drama schools in the area, there are enough kids for everyone. Do you know what I mean? Like, so for me, like, I'm just in my own lane. I'm just doing my own thing. And I think that really helps.
Yeah, it's a great mentality to have. Like you say, there's enough for everybody.
Yeah.
And also, you know, you want the students that want to be there with you, and you'll find your group and you'll build that community out.
Absolutely.
There is enough room for other people to do the same thing.
Of course. And other people offer different things. Like, there's nowhere that offers TV and film acting. So that's local. So if someone wants to learn how to act for TV and film, they'll come to me.
Yeah.
If they want to learn how to dance, don't come to me. I can't dance. Don't come to me. But there are amazing schools that can teach you how to dance. So,
do you often do you have students that come and say, right, I really want to do this? And would you say, right, okay, I think that you would perhaps be better suited somewhere else? Does that?
Of course.
Yeah, that does happen.
Like, I don't gatekeep. Like, if I can help someone, why wouldn't I? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's like amazing other people that can help. It might be that they want to learn how to sing. And I'm like, well, I kind of
Can you sing? This is one thing. You've said you can't dance, but can you sing?
If like my life depended on it, like, yeah, I could.
Have you done roles where you've sung?
Yeah, when I was younger, I've done like musical theatre, like panto, like in Birmingham and stuff like that. I have, but I think I go through like doing stuff that I enjoy. Yeah. Like, my GCSEs was like drama, music, like it wasn't maths and science. No. So for me, if I enjoy it, I do it. If I don't enjoy it, I don't.
Okay.
It's so singing.
So singing's just not one of those things that,
like, I just
if
I'll sing in the shower, I'll sing in the car. Olivia Dean, of course I'll sing. Yeah. But I wouldn't do it professionally. I know my strengths. I know what I'm good at. And there are so many amazing singers out there.
Leave them to it.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I love it. What surprised you most about being a multiple business owner?
How possible it is.
Oh, love that.
Yeah, like, sometimes people say to me, I really want to be self-employed. I really want to work for myself. I really want to start my own business. I'm like, go on then.
Yeah.
If I can do it, Jesus, you can. Yeah. Like, honestly, like, I had no business skills. Literally no idea. No idea at all. So if I can, you most definitely can.
Yeah, I love that. And I think you're so right, because I think that my husband was self-employed and started to run his own business, and I always worked for a company. Mm-hmm. And to me, I was like, that's such a brave thing to do. That's amazing that you've done that. I could never do that. That's a really scary thing. Yeah. And then actually, when you think, well, hang on, no, I've got a skill set that I know I can put into practice and I can use in this business. It's actually quite accessible. Like, it's quite easy, not easy to do, but it's, you know, it's
Yeah.
much more easy than you
doable.
think. It's doable.
So doable. Yeah, 100%. Like, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I think, oh my God, imagine if everyone left and then I'd have no one. And then I'd have no money, and then my mum would all be on the streets. But it's so, honestly, you just have to try.
Yeah.
And start small. So I started 3 classes.
Yeah.
With like maybe 10 children each, like 30 children.
So you were working at the time then? So working.
So I still was at
everything-
David Lloyd,
yeah.
So it wasn't like a massive, like, right, solely on you.
I've got no money, I'm just going to do this.
Exactly.
Yeah, you obviously were sensible with it and had a job and then started that as a side.
And then I didn't depend on it for money. It was like a hobby. It was a Saturday job.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So like, yeah, it was 30 kids. And now it's like 290.
Wow.
But like, it will just grow naturally. It will just happen.
It will,
And I think you just have to start, get advice from people. I grew my business from making a poster and putting it on Facebook and sharing it in community. That's it. That's all I did.
That's incredible.
That's it. So I think you can do it, and I think you have to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Know what you bring to the table.
Yeah.
Like, if someone said to me, can you teach me how to act? I'm like, yeah, of course I can.
Yeah.
Can you get me on the TV? I can give you a lot of opportunities to get you in the right room.
I'll do everything I can to help you get there, absolutely.
So I think as long as you know what you can do.
Yeah,
and
believe in
dog
that.
walking. If you can walk a dog and you can look after that dog.
Yeah.
Sound.
Why not?
Perfect.
You've got a business. Yeah, absolutely. And like you say, I often say to so many people, you know, there's so much you can do for free. You know, you advertise your business by making a poster probably yourself and then putting it onto Facebook for
I look
free.
at that poster now and I think, oh, you tried.
But it works.
Yeah.
And people, you've got so many tools at your disposal that don't cost any money that you can use to reach as many people as possible.
100%.
So,
Word of mouth
use
as
them.
well.
Yeah, and word of mouth, and surround yourself. Tell as many people as possible about what you're doing because they'll share that for you.
Exactly.
Brilliant. Okay, so what does success look like for you now, and has that changed over time?
Oh, do you know what? Success to me is like being happy doing a job that you love. And I feel like I've always had that because I've started acting, I loved it, and then I just kind of continued it. I think, just being happy and feeling like you're doing a good job. Like, because the agency and you're constantly working, the children are incredible. Like, the kids that I teach, every day that I see them, it makes me so happy. And the energy that they give is so fun. We bounce off each other. It's so rewarding. So for me, like, that is success. I'm making a difference to their life.
Yeah.
And I think, like, and I have parents who will message me and they'll say, like, your classes have had such a massive impact on my child, or their teacher said that they've really become more confident and it's because of your classes, or, oh my God, I can't believe my child is auditioning for this. Thank you so much. And for me, that makes me so happy. Like, it really makes me feel like I've done what I'm here to do.
Yeah, that is a huge, like, an amazing way to measure success, isn't it?
To me, that's what success is. Like, obviously I make a living from it, but would I do it for free? Like, if I didn't get paid? Like, I actually would.
Knowing you, definitely.
No, well, let's not say that out loud. But, like, I enjoy it. Yeah. And the fact that, like, I've employed my mum off it, like, means the world because, like, we get to go on holiday. We get to do things that normally when I was younger, she was in an office the whole time.
Yeah.
I'd be in after school club.
Yeah.
Like, whereas now, like, we spend so much more time together and, like, I think it's really had a fantastic impact on my family as well. Like, we went on a Caribbean cruise at Christmas and my mum and dad always dreamt of doing a Caribbean cruise.
Wow.
And we were on the beach and I said to them, I was like, guys, like, we've actually done it. Like, we're in the Caribbean.
That's amazing.
And, like, it was just such a lovely moment.
And it's lovely things like that you get to share with them that, again, are just a testament to how hard you've all worked together and what success you've had.
Yeah. So for me, it's like happiness.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is next for you and all of your businesses
in
2026?
Well, last year we provided supporting artists for Silent Witness on BBC One. So we had 65 children all get to go and work on that, which was amazing. So for me, I think it's more opportunities.
Yeah.
I've got a meeting with a TV show later for how we can get our clients in it that's filming in Staffordshire, which is exciting.
Gosh, that is exciting.
I know, it's on the doorstep. If we don't work on that, I'll have
got to get it.
FOMO.
Yeah,
exactly. So I think more opportunities for the students. We've got the Oscars coming up where we make the movies, which will be cute. So just doing an amazing job.
I bet that's a lot of work getting that together, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It started when we just filmed in Darwin Hall. Now we're like on location and ridiculous. I looked at inquiring at hiring the Snow Dome and all sorts.
Oh,
and
wow.
sometimes my mum is really good for just saying, Okay, that's a great idea. Have you considered this?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Exactly why you need her.
exactly. Yeah. Just keep winging it, keep having fun, keep enjoying it. And yeah, just trying your best. And as long as I'm happy, my students are happy, clients are happy,
That's
then
all you can
happy
ask
days.
for.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I'm going to do a quick fire bestie round.
Okay.
So you've got to choose which one you would go for. Filming or editing?
Filming.
Acting or directing?
Acting.
Ooh,
Yeah, acting.
acting,
Yeah.
okay. Reels or stories?
Reels.
Yeah. And one word to describe entrepreneurship.
I want to say fun.
Oh, yes, it is fun.
So much fun. Like, it is
Brilliant.
so good. And I feel like if anyone is out there that is thinking like, oh, shit, I want to start a business, but I don't know what to do, like, just go for it. Like, the fact that we're sat here on a Tuesday morning at 10:30 having a chat.
Yeah. Isn't it
so
great?
cool.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? This is like, it's not work. It's just
It's not.
fun.
Yeah, exactly. And you kind of, we do work really, really hard behind the scenes, but that means you get to have these moments and you get to have these experiences that are lots of fun.
Yeah.
And it makes it all worthwhile, doesn't it?
100%. Yes.
Amazing. Okay, so last question before we finish. But where can everyone find you and work with you across all of your businesses?
Okay, so LCA is at LCA Academy and Agency on Instagram. We've got TikTok as well, and we've got Facebook. Ellie Shoots Socials is at Ellie Shoots Socials.
Perfect.
And then my personal Instagram is Mayham, ELMAYHAM. And yeah, I'm always happy to help and offer advice. I mean, I'm not sure what I can do, but I'll absolutely try my best.
So much. Well, we'll make sure that everyone can find you. We'll put all the links in onto the bio of the podcast. Absolutely. But it's been a complete and utter joy to have you join us at the Business Besties Club. Thank you so much, Ellie.
Thank you for having me.
Wow, what an episode. I really hoped you loved that conversation with Ellie as much as I did. Her journey is such a powerful reminder that confidence isn't always something that you're born with, it's something you can actually build. And that showing up imperfectly will always move your business forward more than waiting to feel ready. The key takeaway from today is you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have it all figured out, you just need to start. If this episode resonated with you, make sure you're following or subscribed to the Business Besties Club so you don't miss what's coming next. And if you enjoyed it, remember to share it and tag me, and also tag Ellie too. Her details are all linked in the show notes. Thank you so much for being here and for supporting the podcast. Remember, you don't have to build your business alone. You've got a whole club of business besties right here. I'll see you in the next episode of the Business Besties Club. Bye-bye.